Let's go drift dad.
Hey guys, I'm the Drifting Dad, and today I wanted to talk about a little different subject than my normal wrenching on the car or drifting. It's definitely still car related and drifting related, and this is something that I've gotten a lot of questions about recently, so I wanted to give you guys some answers. So I've had this channel going since July, and I'm sure if you've noticed that there's quite a long list of sponsors at the beginning of my video, and they've multiplied rather quickly. So right now I have, I believe, 8 sponsors. Let's just see if I can name them all by offhand right now. So MST Wheels, Clinched Fender Flares, Mishimoto, Odyssey Battery, Rod End Supply, Alpha Waterjet Cutting, NRV Graphics, and ISC Suspension. And just yesterday I signed Hawk Performance as well, so they are my latest sponsor. So obviously those companies have seen something, some value in what I'm doing here, and are supporting me. So and in fact, pretty much all these companies I was able to start a relationship with them by just sending them an email explaining to them what I'm doing, my project and everything, and going from there. And I've been able to work a nice relationship with a lot of them, been sending them pictures and videos from the drift events and the building that I'm doing. It's basically the same stuff I'm showing you guys, I'm sending to the companies as well. When you're trying to get a sponsor, you want to definitely keep in mind that they're giving you something, either money or product or a discount, whatever they're going to give you, and that's costing them some sort of money. So they're looking to get a return from their investment. I mean, it truly is a monetary investment, and they want to see some sort of return in terms of maybe social media followers, definitely an increase in sales for a particular product, for example. There's a multitude of things, and you definitely have to keep that in mind all the time. So you want to present to the sponsor exactly what you're going to be able to provide them. So something like, if you're doing YouTube content like I am, you can say, hey, I'm going to make this video showing how I'm designing something using your products, or this video showing the install of your product, or drifting with your, or whatever action using your products. So there's a variety of ways you can go about that. I don't think there's any right or wrong way, but you definitely need to tell them exactly what you're going to be doing with the product or the money they're giving you. Another thing to keep in mind is the company, once they enter into sponsorship with you, and they're going to expect you to put their logo on your car, you need to make sure that whatever vehicle their logo is going on is presentable and professional. And I think that's one of the big things, probably the number one factor that I would say that goes into a decision probably on sponsoring. I mean, you could be the most talented driver in the world, but if you're driving a car that is never presentable, it's got smashed up body panels, missing body panels, the paint is, maybe you got 5 different colors. I mean, obviously that there's some aesthetic to that, maybe somewhere, hot rat rods or something like that. But as far as when you're in a motorsport, such as drifting, you want the car to be as presentable as it can be all the time. Because think about it, you're doing a drift run, maybe you're doing a tandem run with your friends, like grassroots deal, and someone's taking pictures and they get some really nice shots of you tandeming. The company that's sponsoring you, they're going to want to see 2 cars that are put together well, or at least your car put together well, and nice prominent feature of their logo, so that they can go around and use that photo in their advertisement however they want. And that goes back to the whole return on investment for the sponsor. Basically, since you're going to be able to submit them photos that maybe your buddy's taken, or I mean whoever, a photographer is taking, they don't have to go out and pay a driver, pay a photographer, rent a track to get the same result. So that's really where the big value comes from, a company sponsoring a driver that's even just a local grassroots guy, because they can get lots of media they can use in whatever type of advertisement they want, in return for giving product or money or something. So obviously it's a lot cheaper for them to do that than to go out and hire a professional, all that. Obviously there could be some difference in the content, but I think that as this day and age, that companies also want to promote or advertise their products, showing more of the typical user, not always some professional. So now I've gone over some of the basics on getting a sponsor. There's going to be a process, right? So obviously you need to get in contact with the company, and a lot of the times if you search deep enough on the website, I always go through and maybe look at a sitemap or a search, or try to find and just type in sponsorship or sponsorship proposal. That usually gets you to a point where you can contact something. A lot of companies, they do have forms, but not all. For instance, I know Odyssey Battery, they do have a form that you go to and you input your information. It goes to obviously the marketing folks, and they get back to you that way. But a good way to do it with a lot of companies is just email their sales general line, and when you do that, you want to type a nice, professional, concise email basically explaining, hey, I'm participating in drifting or whatever motorsport, I'm at this level maybe. Where would I send a sponsorship proposal to? I mean, at that point, you don't necessarily want to write the proposal, but you want to get in contact, because that email is going to probably get pushed to just a general inbox, and maybe someone will answer it back, maybe not, but you don't want to invest too much time into it at that point, and not get a response. So once you get that response, that's the time where, all right, you finally got someone's attention. They're probably going to tell you, hey, send a resume or send your proposal to this email. And at that point, you have the audience, and you really only have one shot to make the deal, per se. So in that instance, you want to write an email that's going to be very professional sounding. You definitely want to make sure the grammatical errors there's none at all. You want to explain to them exactly what you're doing, what they can expect from you when you receive their product or receive money or a discount or whatever. And also you want to link to any of your social media you might have, give them statistics, because they're gonna be using only this letter or a proposal to basically judge whether or not they should be partnering with you. So you want to give them as much information as you can. So as far as on YouTube, what I like to do is give the amount of time I've been on YouTube, the subscribers, the total views, and basically explain to them what your goals are for your channel on YouTube, because it definitely helps when you explain your goals, your plan. That shows that you're very goal-oriented. You're not just doing this for fun. You definitely have a plan to do it. And then finally, you want to highlight your vehicle with some nice pictures. So if you've got a collection of, what I do is basically after each drift event, I go look at all the photographers. Usually they're putting up their albums, or a good thing once you get established with going to maybe your monthly drift event or whatever, you actually can make friends with a photographer, and I've done that as well. Seth Hervey, who runs Petrol 360, he's actually become a good friend of mine, and he always sends me over 5, 10, 15 pictures from the event, and I always save those and then use those pictures to basically show the company what I'm doing, because obviously a picture is worth 1,000 words. And some of these companies, they really don't know what drifting is, so having the pictures and having the YouTube videos definitely helps a lot. one other thing that you should do is definitely use wording that exudes your confidence. One thing I like to say is, I look forward to working with you, and not just say, I hope I'm going to be working with you. That just shows that you're confident in your abilities and what you're presenting to them, that you think it has value to them. And after you send that email, you don't want to keep bugging the company saying, hey, did you look at this? Did you look at this? A good rule of thumb is send it, maybe wait 3, 4, 5 days. I know that's hard. You have to be patient. But and maybe after that, maybe just send a reminder email like, hey, how you doing? I know that you're busy, but I hope that you've had a chance to look at my proposal, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe say, please let me know when you have a chance to look at it. And again, say, I look forward to working with you. Sincerely, your name. Another tip is that if you're going to be sending out a lot of proposals, you may want to make some sort of like boilerplate or template for your proposal. So obviously certain things will change, and obviously you need to be careful you're not using a different company's name and when you're sending an email to someone. But like if you're explaining things like your YouTube statistics, what your car does, project, what I've been doing is I have a little Word document that's basically the template of my proposals, and I'm going to have like the basic car build specs, what events I'm doing, my YouTube statistics, stuff like that, already typed up, so you can save some time. And then I would also definitely include the links to any of your social media that you're doing. So definitely link your YouTube channel or Facebook page or whatever you're using, and that will definitely help because they can go ahead and makes it easy. You don't have to like search it. Whoever the marketing manager or whoever at the company is that you're talking to, they can just click on the hyperlink and go right to your channel. So those are just a few tips that I wanted to share. I know that a lot of getting sponsored and getting partnerships is just being in the right place at the right time, but there's definitely things that you can do to once you have the company's attention to maximize that opportunity. So thanks, guys, for listening in. I know it's probably a little boring, but I really want to help other people out. And definitely, if you want to, if you have a proposal, you want to send it my way, please let me know. I can give you my email address. I'd love to take a look, proofread, whatever. Because I think that the more people we get sponsored by different companies, just the more that drifting gets exposed to the broader public, I think good things will happen. And that's from pro-am, grassroots level, all the way up to pro level. So let me know if you've got any questions or anything.